Medusa, the monster you fear, was once a soul you'd pity. Once she was radiant, a woman of grace and beauty. Her hair gleamed like sunlight, her eyes warm and kind. People admired her, not for her power, but for her heart. But her fate was cruel. Cursed by the god, her golden locks twisted into vipers. Her gentle gaze became a weapon. Her eyes could now turn any living being into stone, the creatures she once loved, frozen in fear, reduced to lifeless statues. She fled to the shadows, not to harm, but to hide. Alone and broken, she wept for the friends she could never hold again. Monster. Number Medusa was a tragedy, cursed by gods, betrayed by fate, and remembered only as a nightmare. But even monsters can still cry. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, war, and strategy, born from the mind of Zeus in a burst of divine light. No mother, no mortal touch. She was born from pure thought, a goddess of both peace and war. With a mind sharper than any blade, she outwitted even the Titans, turning battles with strategy, not brute force. She was the mentor of heroes, gifting Perseus the Aegis shield to vanquish Medusa, and guiding Odysseus home through the storms of fate. Revered by the ancient Greeks, they built the Parthenon in her honor, a symbol of wisdom and justice that stood for centuries. Even today, her legacy endures, her name forever bound to the city she defended. Athens, Athena, the eternal embodiment of wisdom, courage, and divine justice. Nyx, the goddess of night, older than the stars and darker than the void itself. Born from chaos itself, Nyx was night incarnate, a cosmic goddess who danced across the sky, veiling the world in darkness. With a single flap of her wings, she could drape the entire earth in eternal night. Even the gods feared her power. She wasn't just darkness. She was mystery, the mother of dreams and nightmares. Her children were the spirits of fate, sleep, and death itself. Even Zeus, the king of the gods, dreaded her wrath, for in her presence, even light itself trembled. But Nyx was no villain. She was a protector, giving the world rest, peace, and the beauty of the stars. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember the goddess who made it beautiful. Before she was a legend, she was a queen, fighting for her people and her throne. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, not just a beauty, but a strategist and scholar who spoke 9 languages. She ruled with wit and charm, outsmarting rivals and forging alliances with the most powerful men in Rome. With Caesar, she sought to reclaim Egypt's glory, and with Mark Antony, she dared to defy an empire. But she was more than a lover. She was a warrior queen, ready to fight for her kingdom's freedom. And when defeat became inevitable, she chose death over chains, leaving the world in awe of her courage. Queen, warrior, legend. Cleopatra, the woman who ruled with beauty, wisdom, and an unbreakable spirit. Long before mortals carved their names into stone, there was Isis, the goddess of magic, motherhood, and healing. Born of the sky and earth, she was a protector of souls and a bringer of life. When the cruel god Set betrayed and murdered Osiris, Isis defied fate itself. With magic and love, she pieced him back together, breathing life into death itself. But though he was restored, Osiris could no longer remain in the land of the living. His destiny lay in the underworld, as its eternal king. Alone, she raised their son, Horus, in secret, a child destined to avenge his father and reclaim Egypt's throne. Through her wisdom and magic, Horus grew strong, ready to face Set in the battle of gods. Goddess, mother, sorceress. Isis, the divine queen whose love and magic defied death itself.